Hello YouTube, Aaron here with another video. In this video today I want to talk about some of the things that I've been creating over the last couple of days and some of the new things that have been updated, as well as I want to do like a little short tutorial on coding with a AI bot. I'm not professional, but I've been doing it for 3 years if not longer. But yeah, I'm going to start off with some of the things that I've created with it just this morning and over the last couple of hours. So I've made some things, I've also updated some things, and one of the things I did make, I've got Chris Titus Tech just here. I've turned the volume down, so if I actually come here, I need to get used to how to use Rust Desk again, but I turned here the video down.
I guess they weren't trying to, I think they were doing like
Sorry
donations or something,
there.
and then they were making a little bit of money, and Daybreak was like,
but basically I've got a new system tray widget,
if you buy something,
similar to my Apex
you own
Music in a way,
and I will just die on that.
It saves the login details.
And it's to
I
the
don't know
point
how
now
long for, but it
where
does
I've
save
always
them.
been
So
pretty
if I was to close
anti-piracy,
the application, it stays
but
open as it was. I also
don't give money to any
integrated.
AAA title.
Just turn Chris Titus Tech down. Sorry, mate. For those that like Chris Titus Tech, I highly suggest subscribing to his members only, just so you know you get some of the newer tech chats and things that he's got to teach people before everyone else. I actually pay myself, which is why I get to watch this video before anybody else. And yeah, I think moving forward, if you want to learn some really good stuff, I think you should subscribe to Chris Titus Tech. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way. Me and Chris Titus Tech have only chatted like once or twice on his YouTube channel to do with a comment. I actually don't really know him. I've known him from videos, I guess, and obviously him expressing some really talented and knowledgeable things. So yeah, this is one of the many things I built, and I think it's pretty cool. I actually forked it off of this guy's project, which is like, it's a QML widget, and I'm really too good with QML widgets, and the whole process of QML widgets to me is just a little bit long, really, building them. His one's quite simple, to be fair, but when you start getting into technical things, you're better off just building it like a normal application in Qt, and I just find it's better doing it that way anyway, really and truly. For me anyway, I just prefer Qt over QML. I have so many issues with QML, bash related and everything else. So obviously there is some of my code is in QML, but I try my best not to use QML. So that obviously saves the website data for YouTube now. The full screen also works, which is something I just added. I'm not too sure if that person who created the project from a widget had full screen integration, but I certainly added it myself. I also done my Apex browser. I updated that today, so I actually haven't logged in with this. I did log in with the initial .bin, and I just created the app image. So as well as that, I don't know how long the login details actually save for, although it does say. So if I was to log in and then close the application and open it back up, I will still be logged in, but I'm not too sure for how long for. So that might be something at a later date that I might look into. But for now, at least we can log in and close the application, and it'll still be there. You know, if you need to get back on it within, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, I'd say. So I've done, Apex browser is my own decentralized browser. So it's obviously not made by a massive company trying to steal your data. We've got incognito mode, which basically, it was meant to implement a DNS server Quad 9 as encrypted. It's not really fully integrated yet. I actually do have a DNS manager that I made in the past, so we can actually test it right now. It doesn't matter, I'm actually currently using Quad 9 encrypted, but if we go here, we got all different options that work, but Quad 9 is what I've been using. It doesn't matter if the data drops or whatever, we're not uploading or anything. So yeah, this is my own decentralized browser that I built in Qt6. We've got loads of different features. The incognito mode doesn't save anything. I don't even think we've got any history. I don't think. It's been a while since I've updated this. I might add the history feature into this at a later date. For those that haven't used this yet, we've got all these different themes that you can change to that I've built. And I just think it's quite nice. Some of the things that I've built in the past have all got different theme changes onto them. So like my Mustang terminal and bit. I could show that in this video. So I've done my Apex browser. I've done my YouTube to, what is it? It's my YouTube to MP3, which might be YouTube downloader. So I did make that today as well, so I would have cut the .bin and put it into an app image which has now been deleted. But if we go on to Pling, we can see the person's project that I did originally fork. But I basically built a new system tray widget similar to my Apex Music. I updated my YouTube and downloader because obviously I found new scripts for the login. The full screen side of it was already working, and then also done my Apex browser because I just thought that was quite handy. I was gonna update this menu, but for some reason it's just gonna be a long trial and error of getting it to work. So I wanted it to be able to work with additional commands similar to how my Mustang terminal works, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of trial and error with that because it's written in QML, and yeah, it's just not really something it's going to be easy to fix from what I know anyway. And I did have a little try earlier with DeepSeek, funny enough, and it just kept palming me off with loads of rubbish. And where are we? So the KD custom launcher, it just wants to keep throwing me with, oh yeah, here's the rest of your exact original commands, 400 lines. Yeah, I know it's 400 lines. You need to give it to me, mate. I can't use placeholder like certain. So with coding, you could have a feature that's at the top of it, and then that'll be all fine and dandy because you can edit that then. But if that function is throughout the whole script and the script's 1,000 lines long, that means that you need the full 1,000 lines long to edit what you want to do. And this bot here just throw you sample code here and there, and not the full 1,000 lines. Like yeah, I was just uploading some dog fooding photos. For those that don't know what dog fooding is, it basically just means in-house testing of software. So yeah, I do a lot of dog fooding myself, to be fair. Woof woof. So if we come here, we can see that my code's like 1,000 lines, and this is a prime example of, you know, if I want to change a feature and it's throughout this whole script, then obviously I'm gonna be sitting there for 10 minutes trying to get anything out of it. I get loads of messages at the moment. Brand new S25 Ultra, that is, people. So generally we need to look at things that I can update. I've got I've got nothing like that installed on here. I've only got it installed on my main machine here that we're obviously looking at. So yeah, this is here. This screen. So, oh yeah, I was talking about the application. Sorry, I'm a bit lost. I haven't really slept well recently, people. I've pretty much done 24 hours as it is right until this moment now. So, just the other day when I'd done that video, I'd had like 8 hours sleep in the last 4 days, and then pretty much done nearly 24 hours since then. But I've got Facebook. I've got Facebook Messenger that miraculously isn't here on Spitfire. handheld edition, but I got like a Facebook app image, I got a WhatsApp app image, the YouTube app image just got updated. Netflix needs fixing because I don't even think you can sign in with that at the moment. Mega is a pain, it will not let you download over 15 GB, so I might even just remove that anyway. But at the time that I did make that Mega app image, that was because I was using Mega as a host to upload my files. I didn't really know about the Google plans. I should have really, because I do use Google, and I was able to pay. Well, my Google plan now, my Google Drive plan was actually part of my phone contract, but at the time I was paying £20, so it's pretty handy to put it on the contract now. It's pretty much free. So yeah, like I could update the Facebook app image. The Discord app image is actually built from Discord packages, so I wouldn't be editing that. But Facebook, so it saves your Facebook login. I could do DeepSeek, so it saves your DeepSeek login. I could do WhatsApp, Netflix. I could possibly look at. I've already done Apex browser. The KD store's another one that I can look at today. I'm not sure how many of them I'm going to be doing in this video, although they are just all app images. So I'd be extracting the app image. I'd then need to find the code that I use for all of these app images, which is on my Google Drive, so I will log into that. And then what I would do was I would feed the bot the lines of code that I got from my other ones for it to save the data. I think I'll start off with logging into Google Drive, trying to find my rubbish. Yeah, to be fair, I'm more than likely going to do it on the other machine because this, like, my other machine's just bloated at the moment. I might much rather do that than to use this one and bloat it up. So, because I won't be reinstalling as much as I do on this machine here, on that one. So, we're not logged into Google. Got 101 pages open where I was doing loads of edits. Let's close all this. Keep DeepSeek open. I'm not sure it's going to be in junk or updates or whatever. We've got 101 different things. No, it's not going to be in here. I'll basically put it under like names of like. So we've got installer, we've got Hyperlink, Apex Tools, Alpalm, Maina, building, Apex main, apps, maybe it's apps. Core utils test, that's another one that I could show. So I tried to build like a fork of the core utils in C++. Could even download that. ARU. No. So we're looking for something that it's gonna be like Debian browser. It might be called Hurry Up. So we've got like code Debian, code Oracle, commands, extras, install. I don't think it's this. Because the last time I was doing updates on them files, I had like Debian browser and a zip, Arch browser and a zip. I've got all these funky names. I'm not professional. I'm a made at home dev. Everything I do is off the top of my head, from what I know. So many projects I've made and not done anything with. That's why I'm focusing on updating some of them and at least maybe even building some and finishing some off. So I want to make like a Arch to CachyOS script. I've actually got the packages needed to install that primarily get installed with CachyOS. I've got the Pacman config and the Pacman itself files in the ECT needed to install the packages. What's next is the thing really, which would obviously be like the home directory. So I don't know whether to go that route. Well, I've got loads and loads and loads of stuff on here to go through. It'd probably take me like 2 hours. Loads and loads of like build image, Apex tools, core utils, download package. So to build Facebook, we're going to need that one application's worth of script that basically just opens up a browser page. It won't be hard. We will be able to find it. It's just a matter of which cluttered folder contains the clutter. I don't want to keep going in the same folders. Oh yeah, I was doing some tests just the other day. Updates 12th of February. It can't be my other Google account because I only use this at the moment to upload stuff. So we keep coming back to this, so I'm gonna remember this is not meant to be here. So it's not gonna be here, sorry. So it's not in the updates folder. New release builds. Here we go. So we've got the Debian browser. We've got the DeepSeek. We've got loads of different little scripts and whatnot. That was the 5th of February. Very, very long time ago. I think we'll go for that one. Download that one, see what that's like. Give it a test as well at the same time. It's going to download to here, so we've already got a few things I've downloaded. And it's going to be problematic finding what they are and where they are, but so we've got the core utils, we can extract that. Got another core utils package that we can show on here. Maybe we'll just leave that for a minute. Core utils again. What else did we get? So new stuff, Oracle, the Spitfire pre-built. Arch browser Debian. And we've got apps, whatever the hell was in apps, I don't know. Taskbar, Arch installer GUI, applications. Doesn't help not being organised. I am really a not organised dev. But I know if I wiped everything off of this hard drive right now, all my stuff's online, so I'm not scared to lose my stuff off of my computer. Because I wouldn't make something and not at least post it online after it works. So yeah, I've made that mistake many a times. So where's these core utils? Because we're going to start off with the core utils test, and this is basically where we'll look at the code because might as well. But we've got all these different headed files that I created. So we've got like core utils 1, core utils 2, utils 2, 3, 4, and they just basically contain most of the functions because yeah, there's probably well over 300 functions, and obviously I've fed it to the bot in 4 to 5 different files, and what I've done is we got most of the functions. I guess like they're there, but to say that they're there and they do what their purpose is, I don't know, because obviously the core utils is the core base of a system. So I'd have to build Linux from scratch, which is what I was doing at a time. I was actually building Linux from packages, which pretty much is what you do when you bootstrap something. So I don't really have a good insight into it. Well, that helps, doesn't it? But basically, it tells you the system name, tells you the time. I'm meant to be able to use it to activate. So there was some sort of activate. This is a test. We've got the test number 2. So there was like some sort of activate command I had on there. Maybe this isn't it. Copy the location. I'll remember if I'd done this and typed activate. That is meant to activate all the commands in the current directory. So what it would do, it'd create files. Them files would normally go in the user bin because that's how the commands work with Linux. They are all in the user bin. So if we go into user bin directory, USR bin, this is where all your local Linux commands are. So like the make grub, the make init. If we scroll down, we can go down to the make commands. So where are we? We want N is it MN? MNOP. Just forget the flipping alphabet for a second there, people. P M A B M B E. Make. So we've got all the make commands here. We've got make 2FS, make dir, make fs, make bfs, make b2rfs. So all the make commands that you normally have to make your files, or make init cpio is in here to generate the kernel. Every local Linux command known to man is here. Yeah, and obviously some more because there'll be other applications that use their own commands and whatever. But this is all. This is where Bash and Core Utils uses the functions. This is how all of these applications integrate with commands and work together. Yeah, so with my Core Util package, which is on my Google Drive, I know it's there somewhere. I'll have to find it. There was an activate command that would generate files in the current directory of where the bin is, but the bin would normally be in the user bin, so that's why it would generate in the user bin, and then it would system link them files to that one application, and then anytime you run one of them commands, it sends a signal from that command to the application and does what it needs to do, and it somewhat worked because it generated all the files in the folder, and I somewhat got somewhere with it. But where it's such a big project, you got to be a computer scientist like me and sit up night and day and research to get anything like that out there. And it really is a big project. And I could do it if I spent my night and days doing it, but I just really had the motivation for it because, you know, what do they say? Don't fix something that's not broken. I'm a modder, so I don't go by that phrase. But this is a prime example of something that you just don't want to be tinkering with. Because do you really know what you're doing? Yes, I know how to code the Core Utils in a way where I can add my own commands. I've got my own fork of the Core Utils. I've got my own fork of the Pac-Man. And we can go online and we can see about this. But I haven't got the time or patience to be sitting there and coding my own tools that are written pretty much in other languages 10 times better than what I'd ever be able to do, I guess. I mean, I might be able to get most of the functions to work, but to say that it'll work. So I've got like Claude Mods ALPM, is it? It's like a custom Pac-Man fork I built. So we've got a custom Arch Linux Pac-Man package manager, and it just basically integrates the AUR into it. And what you do is you type in the build command and the package name, and it basically install that package. And the plan was to integrate a update feature into it. So that could be something else. There really isn't a lot that needs to be updated to get that to work, and I did try to do that quite recently, to be fair. It is half in there, so it does save the package names into a file, but I don't think the update side of it worked. It might be util that I added, something called util or database. That's it. It's under database, and I remember editing it. So if we go back to database.c, this is where I've added the AUR helper. So basically, it uses the AUR Git website and then just adds the package name, because that's how it works. Downloads the package using git clone, installs it using make package si, and then happy days, you know. But I wanted to do an update feature because like I'm not really too happy with downloading all these different types of AUR helpers. At the time I was using chaotic AUR, and then I noticed that when I was uploading my own packages to the AUR, because I've got a few on there. In fact, this is actually on there. I've put my custom Pac-Man package on the AUR, so you can actually download it from the AUR. And what it will do, it will primarily just update your Pac-Man package. But as soon as you update your system and there's an update to Pac-Man, it will update over the top of that package. And I had to have some sort of like wrapper. So the way that this installs is it mounts the file into temp and does something like that for it to install. Otherwise it just wouldn't have worked. It's something in the package build. We can have a look. So in the package build, maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while, I don't know. Anyway, it works, because obviously at the time I uploaded it and everything. Obviously there's a lot of things that I could do in this video, I'm just really not too sure. So, we'll go back to Ventoy and we'll just try and start off with something at least. So we've got the browser latest. Did we? Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? I should have called it Apex browser latest. Canadian Tech Exos say building up ecosystem means resistance allure sorry. Oh, I want that core utils now. I really want to show it, but it's not like it's going to make a difference and make me look any smarter, because it's not finished. There is I think there's a Rust remake of the core utils, which is what got me wanting to build it in C++, because I absolutely hate Rust. Yeah, we want to hope that this is not GTK. Yeah, it is a Q application. Boom! I don't know that, does it? We do. I'm stuck. So that opens full screen. I've set at like a 100 GB partition, so things will run slow. What is this doing? Anyway, what we want to do is we're gonna shove this here. The problem is that my Facebook application, I do believe, if we go online, we have a look, we'll see, it might have a blue banner around it now, so that might be something I might have to add back into it. I'm not too sure if anyone actually wants that in the app, but it's something I've done anyway, regardless. We just come here, and this is what I like to do. Just come down, scroll down. It's the easiest way to get to something on here. So we've got Facebook, and we've got a blue image, and 101 basically is new fixes with new border, but you can't do full screen videos or pictures, and it will not save your login data. So that's what I'm doing here today. So we can download the app image and we can extract it. We'll use that as a template, but I'm going to use the code and basically just update it now. So, right, we're here. Analyze this script is what I'm going to say to it. Analyze this script. So, today, Junior. Today. Happy Gilmore 2's coming out, ain't it? I've heard it's got Eminem in it. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to live up to the excitement of the first one. But yeah, I guess I'll give it a watch when it goes in cinema. So I've asked it to analyse the script. Now I don't want it to go full screen, so I want to remove full screen. I also spell probably. There's no point using that. I've got two keyboards. Don't make no sense. So I want to remove full screen and just load the app. Normally, I want to add a blue border round the app. Also, I want to add this is pretty much why I've open sourced a lot of my things now, so I could just go onto my GitHub and just copy and paste, because I've had enough of downloading, unzipping, uploading, downloading, unzipping, zipping, uploading, downloading, you know, 101 different updates. I've got 106 different projects here, so yeah, I really should be open sourcing most of them really, but then I don't want to be known for giving out code that someone else can fork and make another project out of. I'll rather make things that people can't fork in a way, so then obviously that is, it's mine. There's only one Claude mods. I'm not saying I'm the best Linux creator, but I certainly do know some stuff. So where are we? We don't want that. That's a load of rubbish. Too much code in that for me to copy and paste. So I think we'll go to the YouTube widget, because it's got like probably about 100 lines of code, I do believe. I think it's like 135 lines of code. And funny enough, all of the features are basically here. So toggle full screen on, toggle screen off, phone, whatever. What we'll do is we basically just shove this at it and say, I want to remove full screen and just load the app normal. I want to add a blue border around the app. Also, I want to add this. And then see if it'll give us any code. Quinn chat browser. I don't think I'm going to update that. I'll more than likely I'll do DeepSeek because I'm not really a big fan of Quinn AI. It tends to just mess you about even more because you're more of a reason to shout and swear at it, which they do say on the internet. You get more of a better response when you tend to swear at bots. But then in Quinn AI, I don't like it. If you give them free, Quinn AI will let you swear at it, but if you put free responses with a swear word, it won't give you any responses after. And the bot isn't 1010 anyway, so it gives you a lot of code though. It gives you 800 lines of code now. It's pretty good. So, well, we don't want it Queng. We want it as YouTube storage. I'll spell it right. Yeah, and then we don't want that as that. We want that as YouTube. We want to make sure that we Quinn chat browser. Well, it's not YouTube, is it? It's Facebook. Let's write it like that. Sorry, people. A day in the life with Aaron, eh? Ain't got much going on. Oh, you've ruined it already. Broke my code already. Well done. But I don't want to do capitals. It just overcomplicates things. And if you're making applications, you more time want to keep everything lowercase. Because when you go to make, when you actually go to put it on, like the AUI, it needs to be lowercase for it to work. So, got the browser, saves your cookies, full screen enabled. Blue border, that probably doesn't work. It is running a bit slow this today, so okay. Now, I've been doing it this way. Someone told me in the comments. I barely get any comments whilst I'm here. We get it. Yeah. So I would normally be compiling this package like this. Like this. I've normally compiled this package like this. I've been doing it for nearly 2 years like this. But today and yesterday and the day before, I've been doing it like this. Am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? And if I'm not compiling a Qt6 application and I'm compiling a script, how can I compile it without using QMake? In a sense, because the problem is that with Debian, if I'm using QMake, I've got to use QMake 6 because QMake isn't a command on Debian. What are you doing with my code? Probably would have got a better response out of Quang AI because this is. Oh, it's a header problem. Is that? Because it's only going to feed me half code anyway, innit? The code's going to be wrong. I'll sit there and edit it anyway, so. Required full screen handling method. Come on, today, Junior. Oh, we've already got it open. So let's just have a look. Facebook. Oh, we put this as YouTube, so I think we should change that to Facebook. I mean, you could go on YouTube if you really wanted with this app. There is a way if you can figure it out. I personally don't know how, but there is a way. You'll be able to change the website. Facebook. So what have we got? We've got. What part of a blue border is here, bruv? And where's the colour code for blue? Because there's no colour code for blue. What part of this blue border 5 megapixel? I normally go for 6. What is this? This is a QG6 package. It's doing it again. I'll let it give me its code because I just can't be asked. Please compile. What have you removed now? What have you broken? What have you changed? At the moment I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to compile it. So much. I might close that because that's probably what's causing the memory issues, but no, it's not fixing anything, mate. Same error. Wake the hell up, mate. Wasting my time. So yeah, we're going to get a better response out of Quang AI because this is minimal. Provide a minimal working version. No minimals. No minimals. What the hell? No minimal. I have my feature requests. Who wants minimal crap code, mate? I'm not sitting here all day using one of the best bots on the internet to get crap code now, am I? I don't sit there night and day researching to just give people basic functions now, do I? You know? I don't know how stupid this bot can be, bruv. Really, how stupid? What planet do we live on? Who wants to be using code that don't work? If this don't work, I'm gonna feed it to Quang AI because it's just gonna mess me about. Feel it. 67 lines. What have you broke, mate? It's just messing me about, man. There was one more time. You're messing me about. We'll feed it to Quang AI because this is just messing me about. Of course it needs special handling, but it doesn't mean yeah, it needs special hand. Oh wait, it is giving me the code. It needs special handling, but it doesn't mean remove my stuff now, does it? Flipping hell, mate. If it really wanted to, it could take the absolute mick and add extra things here. So it's like earlier I asked it to add them 4 things. It started adding more and more things. I can't remember what it was adding. I was like, well, nobody asked you to give me this rubbish. It's got nothing to do with what I want. No. Again. Here. Get out of your rock. No, get out from underneath your rock. Get out from underneath your rock, mate. Living in 1900 BC, mate, before Christ. Nobody wants it. Where's my vape? Living in 1900 BC before Christ. Exactly. So what makes you think I'm going to be compiling Qt flipping 5? Like I live in some sort of alternative world. If you're honest to God, everything uses Qt5 these days, but so if you're using Qt5 as a base, you're going to get less performance than you would on Qt6. Oh my days, I'm gonna have to feed it to itself because it just doesn't want to listen. I don't know if you sort of heard, but DeepSeek's stealing other people's data. They're using other people's bots to gather information and make their bot better. I think they are top-notch legends, and as well as that, they've ruled out that taking information from torrent websites that's copyrighted is not illegal for these big companies. So, who was it that just got away with it? Fix the compiling errors. And don't waste my time, because you're wasting my time now. Core utils. Let's download that short. I'm not even. I know, because we did download that. That is a pain then. Right, it does say it's missing some files. I had like some sort of blue built. Oh, it's stunning. This is the problem, people. When you're working night and day and you're looking at code, the bot will give you your code, but put it at the top of the flipping list of the code when it could be at the bottom that you're doing, and then it'll believe that that's the code. And this is why I say don't use Quing AI, because Quing AI will do that more time than any other bot. You'll ask it to make a change, and it will give you the code and believe that that code is meant to be at the top of it instead of where it would have been. And unless you keep sitting there and telling it, oh, I need my full code, here's my code, like give it its... The way to solve it 5 times, I'd say 4 times out of 10, because it don't always work, is to feed it the same code that you fed it in the first place. Sometimes it'll play games with you and basically just give you half code until you basically just start anew. So can you wake up and fix this then? Here, now do it again. So can you wake up and fix this then? I'm using QT6 in 2025. My name is not Patrick, mate. Should we just build it again? It's done its same thing again. Well, whatever you're doing has made no changes because it still doesn't compile. Guaranteed. Ooh. Ooh. So I did say I wanted a blue border around it, but I don't see no blue border. I said I did want it. Well, my blue border doesn't work. Maybe 5 megapixels not big enough. Or it's removed it. 5 pixels, not that. Insert. We go for 8. I think I actually generally went for 8. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't even think this is going to work. Or that border's going to show. To be fair. How long of a video got about people? I'm just having fun with it today. Not doing too much. What's the difference between doing that and using QT6? QMake 6. What's the difference? There should be a blue border around the side of this app. It's not the same. The blue border doesn't work. Right, okay, okay, it compiles. Okay, it compiles, but the blue border isn't showing. There should be a blue border within the app. And then we're waiting 10 years on a response. Problem is now I'll try and get more changes, but the code's not even right anyway, so I've got to sit there and update it. So guaranteed it don't work. Right, put £1 on the table, people guarantee that don't work. Oh, but the colour blue's not blue, that's cyan. Log in. Here we go. Can you fight faster than I can? I bet you can't fight faster than I can. We go again, yeah? Watch. Bang! So this is what we do, yeah? It's going to verify my login, pop up to the login, close it, open it back up. Hopefully still be logged in. Yep, okay, that's good. But the blue border's no good. That ain't the sort of blue that we're looking for. We are looking for. So it's got a colour code here, Q window colour code, the RGB colour code for central widget margins. So we need an RGB colour code for Facebook. Which is like a baby blue type of colour. Sort of. right to me. I think we've changed the word Quang to YouTube now. No, Facebook. Don't mess with anything. Yeah, Facebook. I think you get confused, people. Deary, deary me. It's not good, is it? It's alright though, because like when I'm actually like publishing stuff, I always make sure that it's finished and tested really. Otherwise, I'll just provide a bug report, I guess. Which I can't always provide bugs for things that I wouldn't know about, and then I'll sit there and think, oh no, the background colour's white. Oh, here we go, blue. So background colour RGB match the window background. Whatever we had there needs to be the right. But that's not blue. That's then we've got to do dark blue, light blue, baby blue, whatever blue, something blue, dark blue. Let's go dark blue. See what it's like. Background colour RGB. We have to go back to what we had. Should have looked at that before I done it. It is the same colour, huh? So what is this then? That is teal. Exactly. So that is the colour. We need to change that then, because that's no good. We don't want teal. Facebook's not teal. Facebook is blue. This bot is just living in a new world, man. Right, we'll go back and we change that back. So yeah, I want that colour. Also, the Q palette window colour is putting it as teal as well. Facebook. Colour. Quang chat. We don't want to do that. I think we'll do something a bit more complicated after this and see if we get anything from it. So like, I want to add a feature to my developer branch of my multi-ISO creator. So like one of the features I used to have in my old ISO creators that I used to use was that if you haven't set a location for the specific things that were needed within the process of making an ISO, it would tell you, please generate this in this, please generate this using this, please do this, So I might do that next. Opposed to making, well, we'll do Facebook Messenger, and then I think, yeah, we'll move on to that, and then I think we'll call it a day. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, to be fair. But yeah, this is it. This is what I want. We can obviously try and log into Facebook somehow. Really want to be giving my number out or anything, so we obviously did test it to say that just stay logged in or whatever. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to log into that. Download the 101. See how many downloads Aaron's had. 47 downloads. I didn't get really that many. They must have not liked it. I don't see it. Does anyone see it? Oh. Ha ha ha. Trial and error. Trial and error. No. Well, we know now that Facebook's put It's got an icon of Craig AI. Oh, that Squash FS root in there might need to be deleted. Let's do it. No response. Now what? Where did you get the picture of Quang AI from then? So, we need to look at that. Where did you get the picture of the Quang AI from? That is pretty wild. The IR icon, I think we'll just delete that. And we compiled that in the Quang browser. That is here. Right, that's it, right? That's a change. What we'll do is we use this exact C++ code to then do the Facebook Messenger. So we don't have to do much, it's all there. Pretty much the same code, just different website. And that's how I built my stuff. I don't know what's going on. The brightness on the screen is no good. But go back to downloads in here. Let's get the name of that file. It would be an opt facebook.bin. For those that don't know how to build app images, you basically download the app image builder, the tool, and then I'll show you the next steps in a minute. So you need to set up the app dir in a manner like this. You need to set up the .desktop pretty much in a manner like this. So we've got a path in the .desktop. We've also got the execute. It says Quang AI on here. How does that one work then? Huh? That app image never worked. That path is probably wrong as well before we make that mistake. I don't know. You got any problems with this one then? Because that was trial and error. Facebook, that's good. Facebook.bin is what it's called, right? So we can just do that. Then, okay, so no, this ain't no good. So you actually want something called an app dir, or you can call it temp.appdir, but appdir will just work. And what we want is we actually want to copy all of that into the dir. Then we've got the app round, we've got the .desktop. I'm not too sure if we actually need them files in there in the dir. We can obviously test it. So the command that you would do, because you'd have the app image tool in the directory of the folder that you're going to be basically building, and then it would say you need a picture because you've missed a picture, and then you do it again, and you basically just keep doing it until the errors just basically get whitewashed. But here we go, is the finishing app image. It's obviously compiled for Arch for those that don't really understand that app images are compiled binaries and that they don't work on every single distribution known to man unless it was built in Bash. So yeah, I mean, be my guest, to build your application in Bash you can't get a GUI that's going to be anything too good. You really have only got like ZenT and you've got YAD and maybe a few other languages. No, yeah, UI languages, GUI languages that are for Bash, but like to get anything that's going to be like productive, really, it's going to be hard, especially with them languages. So we've built the app image. I think I will upload the app image, and then we'll do the Facebook. So this would be like 102, right? Have we got anything that so this would be like 102. So we'll name that 102. We've got nothing that pops up to say, oh yeah, this is 102, so that's good. 102. I don't think I actually put it down for art. Right, so new fixes to save login. New fixes to full screen functionality. E.g. videos and images. Just copy that to make it easier, because I will copy that and paste that into the changelog. I'm going to do Facebook. I'll do Facebook Messenger, and then we'll do DeepSeek, because DeepSeek is something that I do use. So where do we compile it here? Browser, no, Queng. I normally refresh my PC every few days, but recently I've just been so lost with the ISO creator and trying to get it built. I was just stuck with the machine. So new fixes and features. New fixes and features for those that like to log into Facebook on Linux. Let's hopefully stay logged in. So yes, this is easy as 1, 2, 3. Once you've got one app image like this built, you can build another within a few seconds. So save that. This is easy as 1, 2, 3 now. So we do the messenger, which is literally just messenger.com. I might spell that wrong. Messenger. I don't know. We'll go online. We'll check it in a minute. But we're going to need to change this to that and this to that. I don't know how to do. Facebook Messenger. I think it's actually spelled like that. I'm not dyslexic, but I'm getting a bit old with my old age. Just forget things all the time. So it is spelled with an E. Let's get that right. So it's going to what's the website? Really? Messenger.com would basically just takes you to the Facebook Messenger website, and then you can just use the Messenger from there. So it's pretty useless, really, because obviously the Facebook website has the same thing, but do that. So we've got the basically renamed some of the things. What we do is recompile it, change the icon, I guess, to the Facebook. Oh, well, we're going to download the Facebook Messenger app image and we just put it in there. Ooh. Test that quick. Yeah, it looks healthy to me. Close these silly little things. 101 things on the screen. So go to pling. Same thing again, come back here. This is what I need to type. Facebook Messenger, I think. I might do Telegram off camera at a later time, but for now it'll do. Get the 101. I think we'll do DeepSeek just now as well, because that won't take long to do either. They're all the same colours as well, so. I think we'll do the DeepSeek because that's something I use. I've got a few downloads on the GTK3 version. I'm more of a QT6 fan. Anyway, can't launch it. Same thing again. Open the console. Extract the app image. Of course, you're going to want to delete the SquashFS root. So just delete that. Where are we? Hopefully this face message has even got a flipping quick AI to it, so that's no good. I'm obviously gonna have to download that app image. No, I don't, because I don't publish it on GitHub. I don't think. Oh look, I don't think I do. So copy all these into here. Yeah, the DII icon is what was causing the Queen AI image to obviously stay, and that would be because obviously I've basically decided to build this from the app image of Queen AI. So that's my own fault. Obviously should have done some testing before all of that. We built this in here. And I'm going to do myself the favour so I don't have to keep going back and forth of just shoving it in here. It makes perfect sense. So we actually want this here. We've tested it. We need to know what it's called. So it's called Messenger. Place it in here. Then place it in here. On the update for the old Messenger. So I don't think we need it here. There's a new update. We've got the same icon. Loads perfectly fine. Not going to log in because I don't really want to be giving my phone number out. Messenger version 102 maybe, I don't know. What version are we at? We might be at 102. Let's go back. What? 101. It was like a field day. So we're on 102 Messenger. We've got the app image built. I think we just upload that quick. We'll do the DeepSeek and then I'll basically move on to doing a little quick update to my dev branch of my ISO creator. So version 102, new fixes, New fixes to saving login, and also functionality for full screen videos and photos. So I think we'll just add that again. Copy this. Don't need no photos. It's all the same really, isn't it? Message on 102. It'll work on phones as well, I do believe, because once you install Live App Image and Fuse 2, is it? It just will it should just work, but I wouldn't know because I haven't tested it. Sorry if the screen keeps jumping around people whilst reviewing it. I think what we'll do is delete that quick and all the crap to it. I'll just delete it. No. Delete the stuff in here. Delete that. There, we just come here, we go type in DeepSeek. So, DeepSeek app image. Change that to DeepSeek. It's really not hard what I do. But at the same time, I guess it's quite technical. What I will be doing after this is going to be quite technical, but it'll just take a few months of research and you'll pretty much be up to scratch. When I mean scratch, I mean like the bottom. deepseek.com/chat, is it? DeepSeek chat.com/DeepSeek, is it? Or we type in DeepSeek R1. Why, I don't know why you're using that. You might as well just use Gemini. Chat.DeepSeek, that's what I'm going to put. Just see how that works. Might as well just use Krang AI if you're going to be using R1, because that's what they've built it off of. No, Gemini. You might as well just use Gemini if you're going to use R1, because that's what they've built it off of, if you didn't know. And it's on the internet for those that want to research about that. But basically, the theory is that DeepSeek used Gemini's data to build R1. There we go. So this is the DeepSeek chat website. Yeah, it's looking good to me. Like I said, you could do certain things on here. We're gonna get off of this. We've got to go here and Facebook DeepSeek. Copy the location of that. Delete the squash FS before I make that mistake. Okay, so yep, DeepSeek. Download CFG. Cool. Shove all that in there. Shove that in here. Copy that. DeepSeek with capital letters. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Deep seeking. Yeah. I did promote Powbot at one point, but I actually deleted that because it's rubbish. It's a fake, complete fake. That is that software. Pow is just is a method to rip people off. So we've got the DeepSeek chat verify makers of whatever. So there's that updated. What version of DeepSeek are we on with the Play Store? I'll do Telegram and Netflix at a later date or time. So, why am I doing this? I don't know. Yeah. Po AI is a fake, so yeah, I wouldn't suggest downloading that. I don't even know why I still got it up, but yeah, Po AI is no good. It's a fake. I wouldn't pay for their services. Everything is all fake on there. This is 101 DeepSeek, so I'm gonna say change log version 101. New fixes to saving website logins and data. Yeah. Also full screen options, which you probably would use for e.g. photos, I think. I do put that these are on the official as well for those that are going to say, ooh, you know, you're supplying Facebook, you're supplying this, you're supplying that. But if you actually go on my thing before you start complaining, you're going to see that it directly says unofficial. So, yeah, I'll have none of that from you. Thank you very much. And I haven't been banned off a Pling. I had so many reports to do with my ISO creator at a time when I built it. It made me laugh, and I told them to stop complaining. Someone even put a complaint in a comment one time, and I told them, you know, it's perfectly legal what I'm doing. It's all open source software, you know, in a way, so I can fork it and close source it if I want. Well, in a way, I'm not close sourcing it if I'm compiling it, but people could say, yeah, that's close source, that is. Really, it's just compiled. So there's a difference between close source and compiled, right? Isn't there? I don't know. In my eyes, there isn't. But yeah, no. Arch new fixes new fixes to save login data. Also, an option to view full screen images. Up image. Selected. Stable. I'm losing a lot of money at the moment over this. I'm not updating, so it is. I think it's time to start providing updates for people. I hope you get some more downloads because I don't think we're on 102, are we? Did I copy something? So that's that one done. I think we're going to move on to my dev branch of my Claude Mods ISO creator, and we'll just do one update and see where we can get with it, because there could be a chance that this might take all day or night. So I could, well, my dev branch is pretty similar to my other one. I've just been basically adding loads and loads and loads of things to it. So what I'm going to do is I've got functions in the setup script. So we've got a clone directory that you set. Also, you're going to want to generate your init RMFS. So that's going to be another thing that I'm going to want it to say generate, you know. So analyze this script. Don't mess me about. Keep that on charge for too long. Awesome. So there is things in the setup script that need to be generated, or so you've got a generate script or inputted. I would like in my main menu, I would like on my main menu printed messages based on what based on whether I can't see whether the I didn't spell it right. Doesn't matter. Whether these functions have been set up correctly, set up or not. So there is things in the setup scripts that need to be generated or inputted. I would like on the main menu printed messages based on whether these functions have been correctly set up or not. So if I input a location for clone dir, print it in green, but we want it in a certain way that it doesn't break my UI or TUI, terminal user interface, for those that don't know what that meant. So yeah, I haven't actually updated the version that I've used on this system, but basically in the setup scripts, the menu options are all the same. It's just the colours and some of the commands that I was fixing. We've got like a setup clone directory. You're going to want to generate your init RAMFS. So these two options are going to be something that I would like below the file system, maybe. So below the file system size might. Yeah. Right. So there is things in the setup scripts that need to be generated or inputted. E.g. option 1 and option 3, is it? Time. Option 1, option 4. So there is things in the setup scripts that need to be generated or inputted, e.g. option 1 and option 4. I would like on the main menu printed messages based on whether these functions have been correctly set up or not. So if I input a location for print it in green, below file system size, below system size, if I haven't, tell me to set a location using option 4, and if I haven't generated in it, then tell me to. Obviously check the files. Set the location. It'll tell me to set the location. So print the location in color green below the system size. If I tell you, yeah, if I have, oh yeah, if I have, tell me to set the, or not. So if I input a location, print a location in color green below the system size. If I have, tell me, if I have, tell me to set a location using option 4. If I haven't, and if I haven't. So there is things in this setup script that need to be generated or inputted, e.g. option 1 and option 4. I would like on the main menu printed messages based on whether these functions have been correctly set up or not. If I input a location for clone dir, print the location in green below system size. Also tell me to set a location using option 4 if I haven't. In red, yeah, in colour red, because that would scare you, wouldn't it? And if I haven't generated in it, then tell me to. Oh, and obviously check the files for these functions, mate. I need full code with the changes. It's not happening, I'm telling you. I need full code with the changes. Thanks. So there is things in the setup scripts that need to be generated or inputted, e.g. option 1 and option 4. I would like on the main menu printed messages based on whether these functions have been correctly set up or not. So if I input a location for clone dir, print the location in green below system size. Also tell me to set location using option 4 if I haven't, in colour red. And if I haven't generated in it, then tell me to. In colour red. Yeah. Because sometimes it might not take red as red. It might take it as a word. I don't know. And if I have print in green, I have. Yeah. And obviously check the files and functions. I need full code with the changes. Thanks. This is how we know we're going to get done over now. Welcome to my world. Smash. Watch. It's going to give me half the code now, isn't it? Here's the amount. Well, I don't want. Well, I said full code. Thanks. Thanks. Can you give me full code? Don't change anything else, mate. Please. Well, don't remove anything else. I need full code. Well, don't remove or change anything. Because I know that ain't my code. Nowhere near my code. Because the colours weren't there. Where's the colours? Well, we had the colours, but I got message boxes, see? I got dialogues. I got that. I knew I didn't see the raw mode, that was it. Because straight after that, there's my execute command. But it's obviously edited that command because that's not what my code is like at the moment. No, that's fine. Okay. So I'm at 1,200 lines as it is at the moment, so we'll see where we get with this one now. I can get well over 1,600 lines off of this bot, so yeah. Yep, I'm loving it. I reckon we'll get somewhere with this. So you've got to see how long it normally would take to get around about 1,200 lines. And also we don't get palmed off of loads of stuff like this. Well, my code is 1,000 plus lines. I need full code. Thanks. No, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want small talk, small code. I said 1,000 plus lines for a reason. Because that function could be to do with other functions in the script, and then if I just decided to edit one part of it, it might not work. So I'm not messing about with that. No thanks, mate. So just researching, making software. Do you work and have you got any hobbies? There we go. This is my code you're editing. I need it back in full with the changes. How stupid can you be? This is my code you're editing. I need it back in full with the changes. Do not give me small. Do not give me half-written code. Do you work? Have you got any hobbies? What's all going on? Chat, your deleted chat GPT prompts might become police evidence. So that's fun. Don't use chat GPT anyway. It's like £20 a month for a load of rubbish. I get the same, pretty much the same features, of course, because DeepSeek ain't got every feature that that's got. But you know, if I'm going to use the bot for coding, I'm going to use this bot, and I have got I think I've got something to do with GitHub as well. I've got the GitHub. I think I've got ChatGPT through GitHub. You can go in there now and just have a little look. We won't need that code again. How did we do it? There was a way to do it, so you can code on here. Try the enterprise. Your co-pilot. Boom. Oh no, I did have the pro version. I was paying for it just to see what the coding was like, but then I realised, obviously, yeah, it's no good to me. No! I don't want messages. I want 1,000 plus lines. You have You have strict orders. Do not complain. Do not complain or go against me. I don't know how else to put it in English, mate. Because I don't want these stupid messages. I don't want messages. I want 1,000 plus lines. You have strict order. Do not complain or go against me. What can I say to this bot to make it see day and light? Sense. And waiting 10 years now for a response. Thank you very much, DeepSeek, mate. This is the service we get from you. Absolute trash. Trashy service. They're giving you things that you don't ask for, so it don't understand English anymore. Seriously, I'll be speaking my own language to it and it don't understand it. Not a lot of people know that obviously English come from here. So when you've got Americans speaking English, they're speaking our language. So it's like, oh my days. And then when I'm feeding it to a bot, it doesn't understand what I'm saying to it. Yet this is directly trained on the English language, if you didn't know. Oh. If you actually go on to the GitHub repository of DeepSeek, you'll see all the language files. And it's built in English. In Chinese. This is mainly built in English and Chinese, this bot is. Anyway, so we're just getting fobbed about now. We'll just wait for this answer. There's no point going on Queen AI because I can't get 1,000 lines out of Queen AI. I can only get it out of this. So if we're going to get anything... Dude, man, you're annoying me, mate. I don't wanna... I really don't want to be copy and pasting. It's trash because I don't know where that's meant to go, like. Trash. So I'll put that underneath the clone system directory, I reckon. So. Yeah, but the init ramfs is only one function. Read the clone directory. Okay. We got the dev branch here. Put this below. What do you do when the bot starts misbehaving? I want to go back down to the fact that I said in one of my videos quite recently that I do believe that these AI bots should have some sort of age restriction against them, so that little ones should not be taught AI bots in school at a certain age, like 16 I'd say. Has to be, because like these bots, like it says at the bottom of this page, AI generated. You know, it's AI generated for reference use only, and you're going to teach your little kids how to use these bots that it could potentially get information it shouldn't have from, because obviously these bots are uncensored in a way, you know. So, you know, obviously there is some sort of limitations, but then, you know, there's limitations to different ages, and with these bots, there is no age range, so it could ask, as a little, you could ask anything and get that answer, and I just don't think that's right for anyone. They're doing it in China at the moment. They're teaching little kids how to use these bots, and I just think it's wrong because of that reason mainly. So we want to put this below the reset. Something to do with a reset. Let's change my code, so I don't know if that's gonna work. We're gonna get done over here. It's not gonna work. How do you expect that to work? Because the functionality is not there. You make... I told you it's not gonna work because this bot is absolutely donut. And that's why it doesn't want to give me no code, because of that error, and it knows about that error. 100%. 100%. It's frozen at a point where it knows that code was broken in its own head. Look, I just refreshed the page. It's frozen at a point where it knows that code was broken. Here we are. Back to Quang AI. I'm going to give Quang AI that bit of code that it's just give me, and then give it the error, and Quang AI will fix the error. 9 times out of 10. But you ain't getting nothing out of Deep Sea, because it'll just keep doing you over like this. Good afternoon, Claude Mods. Good morning, everyone. Futurama. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Claude Mods. How can we do you over today? Welcome to the jungle. Dude! Strict instructions of full code. No backchat or games. My code, not yours, bruv. I spelled strict wrong. It's not messing me about. It's messing me about. Because that code don't go there. No, don't focus on that. Don't focus on that message. I don't care about it, bro. It's the compile errors. Wake up, man. Why would I care about some stupid little message, bruv? The hell we're gonna that message means nothing because it works. Why, is this my code or is it some cheapskate fucking bullshit, mate? I don't care, I swear. Is this my code or a message you have strict instructions not to give? Is this my code or a message you have strict instructions not to give, bruv? Dude, I don't need a main CPP for you, mate. Jog on. This is the thing now. It's going to provide me full code with broken code. That isn't the code. bet your bottom dollar this ain't gonna be full code. Bet your bottom dollar that this is not gonna be full. What's the chances that this isn't gonna be the code that I asked for the last couple of times? It's like I haven't swore at it. I did swear in the video, to be fair, but it's like I haven't swore at it. You know? It thinks it's smart by giving me a snippet of code and skipping everything else. Well, this isn't part of my code, so you can jog that on. Well, this isn't part of the code, so you can jog it on and just fix the compile errors because it's got nothing to do with that. Stupid, bruv. I can't copy anything out of this until it finishes, so I might as well just let it finish, people. Chinese, Indian food. Everyone likes Chinese these days. It's niche, man. It's dead food. Dead food, man. How many times can you eat Chinese before you get bored of it, mate? I love the food, don't get me wrong, yeah. But at the end of the day, yeah, there's only so many times you can eat something before you get bored of it and believe that it's bland. And that just seems to be everyone likes Chinese these days. It's niche. It's niche, mate. To me, so I don't really get happy about eating Chinese anymore. With that sort of food as well, I feel hungry after 5 minutes. I don't know what it is. Unless I'm eating something like because all the noodles and the rice, I mainly go for meaty stuff. So, yeah. I remember I was in a place in Reading as well called Cosmos. And me and my mate there called Daniel went there. And I had my money's worth, should I say. And they didn't like it, so I must have got up for like 4 platefuls of meat, pretty much, mostly anyway. And as I was just about to walk out, I've said to the security guard, I was like, "Thank you, mate. Have a good day." And he got a bit funny with me. He was like, "Out! Get out now!" And I just laughed. I never went back there again, but I just laughed. I just remember I had my money's worth out of there, and obviously had that sarky comment as I was walking out to give him a good remark, you know, "Have a good day, mate, you know, thank you for your service, that's what you get." So I never turned up there ever again. It was just funny. Funny. Well, you gotta get your money's worth. You're hardly gonna turn up to an all-you-can-eat buffet and have one plateful now, are you? No, you're not allowed to have any more. You've had too much. Sorry, mate. I'm a big eater. I can be a very, very, very big eater. Even though I look small, I've got a fast metabolism and I'll eat more than most people. Seriously. But not a lot of people think about that. They don't think, "Oh, he's small. He don't eat much." He's small. He eats more than most people. I can eat more than most people. Might take me a bit longer, but I'll still eat that plate. That's the sort of person I am. Yeah. Also, I don't think there's a message in here to say that the Squash FS is being deleted. No, the clone directory, the folder that gets generated before you make a Squash FS. After the Squash FS is generated, there's not a message to say that it deletes that folder. Obviously not the Squash FS. And I think I need to implement that, so that would be something else after this bot. As you see, we've waiting 3 minutes now, maybe. We've got a lot of stuff here now. And then output bar. But I don't even think that's my code. That's not my code. Surely the ISO stuff thing there is not my code. What are you doing? So that's not my code. I don't think that's my code. That's not my code. Why? Yeah, it is my code. Oh, here we go. Trying. I'd have to try to these myself, to be fair. I can't have it all the time. Boring. My only dislikes are fish fingers, oven chips and smiley faces, like baby food. To me, there's just no nutrition in that sort of food. And that's the sort of food that you buy for your children, so it's cheap and cheerful, so you can take them out at the end of the week or month or whatever and save a bit of money for whatever, you know. And that sort of food is not beneficial really in any sort of scale, but I guess we all grew up on it. We all grew up on it with tomato ketchup. One of my good mates, Roberts, has just messaged me. I was actually chatting to him yesterday, to be fair, so it's good to get back in touch with Robert. If you're watching this, Robert, mate, thank you for popping up, man. It's good to have a conversation with you. I was learning something new off it as well, mate. I'm all for that, you know me, mate. I don't tend to fault my friends' projects. I didn't know Peru at the time that I kind of did know Peru, but like, in a way that... Well, you know, Penguin Eggs wasn't reliable, man. He just wasn't reliable, so I could clone my system and just know that I could reinstall it on another system if I really wanted. So I could have my Facebook logged in, and then I could clone it, and then I could be on Facebook on my other computer in 5 minutes. Well, not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds. I just DD a dot image that's a compressed BTRFS system. And then that's it, it's all done. You know, it's installed, it works. It's got Facebook installed. Got my games on there. It's a BTRFS compressed system. It took me about 2 hours to generate, but fair enough, mate. It's a 5-second install. You DD it to your hard drive, and then you don't have to do anything else. And I don't know why. People put in the comments as well if you've got to this part of the video, yeah. But I don't know why people... I don't know why distributions supply .images and .raw files and then have installers. It just doesn't make no sense to use that method of a system. In my eyes, the whole point of a .image is just to DD it to another drive, and then that's it. You don't need no rsync commands, no squashfs commands, no commands whatsoever. Once that's DD'd to the drive, that's it. It's just the same as what it was before. So there's no need to then copy files that are already copied. It makes no sense, you know, unless you're making new accounts. Which is what I clone systems anyway, so it would only make sense to clone a system. Oh. Just clone a system. You're gonna make a new account. It just doesn't make no. Oh, here we go. So let's tell this bot to wake up. If you're gonna make a new account, you don't need to copy new files like that, do you? You just make a fake account. It takes 2 seconds to do that as well. It doesn't mean that you have to copy 5 gigabytes worth of files. Once you've DD'd an image to a place, like 10 years later. 10 years later, and you've all synced it. Told you Deep Seas is gonna palm me off. Necessary declarations in the correct order. Oh, these people keep popping up, man. You're not even from the UK. I got no problem if you're actually from the UK. But when you say that you're from the UK and you ain't from the UK, you're just going to get blocked. Because I hate lies. And I don't do second chances. And that was like your first chance. So... here we go, we're back at it again. If you're going to do that, you can just jog on, mate. And I'm just going to shove this line of code and see what it does. Well, Chris Titus Tech even said, you know, these bots, man, you'll be here night and day trying to get something fixed. He's right, he is right. But then there is times where you can get the ultimate fix within 5 minutes. It's just a matter of researching, you know. So like I was having problems with my setup screens menu, like the normal colours wouldn't show, only the highlighted colours. So what I did is I done a bit of research and worked out it was just one line of code the whole time. I was trying to do it. I was trying to get like thousands of lines of code, and it was just one little thing. So, yeah, okay. But I said below the fucking file system, so what the fuck? Okay, I like the sound of that one. So, clone directory set, the init ramfs has been generated, which is true because it was. Because I was doing some tests, so that was good. But what we're going to do is we're going to delete the clone directory. Okay, yeah, that's deleted. And then I think we go into here, and yeah, this was generated. Yeah, and close that off. Get rid of all the shrapnel on the screen. Turn that off. Where were we in pictures, right, people? We open that back up. Oh, yeah. Okay, use option 4 in setup. Sounds like someone missed out a word. I love it. That was a really good idea. I think that's definitely something that was needed in this script from the beginning, really. Because I did have this in my other scripts, and like I said, it was a feature. So yeah, I think I will upload that to the dev branch. So I'll show you some of my other ISO creators. For those that don't know how many ISO creators I really do have, I've got like 3 of them. This was the first ever one I've built, and it was primarily focused on the fact that I was doing multiple distributions in one. So this was aimed at Arch, Debian and Ubuntu, and yeah, I just come away from it and just focused on Arch because that's what I was building my distributions on. And then yeah, I'll come back to it quite recently, but there's kernel problems with Ubuntu, Debian and its derivatives because of the kernel versions that they're at. The kernel versions that they're at are causing problems booting. So you're getting like journal problems that are booting to like the emergency shell screen and say, well, it doesn't say emergency shell on the side of it, but that's what it is, isn't it? It say init ramfs on the side of it, and then you basically have to use the fsync command to clear the journal and then reboot. But you can't do that in an ISO, so that's why you can't clone your system. It's completely broken. New function to show things that aren't set up correct. Yeah, new function to show. What would I say? I would additional function to show if init is generated or if clone dir set. Very nice. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. Now I've got these stupid little messages in here, making more mess. So, how that functions, I really do need to understand. So we've got a Ubuntu Debian. How does that one work out? Else. That sounds good to me. It looks good to me. Additional functions to show if init is generated or if clone dir set. When we go to my Apex ISO creator, we've got my Apex ISO creator app image, which is a GUI to it. I think most of them are actually on my overview. So some of the top stuff I do, like my container software that I provide containers for. If you come here and we go into my Claude Mod stuff Google account. I don't know if that was like that. The whole time. So we've got all these different things that I do. So the ISOs you can build from, they're pretty old now. Applications, so like some of my old applications, they're pretty old as well. Like some of them would be up to scratch because I haven't updated them. We've got the extras. There's like some dog food and photos in there. Dog food in obviously testing software in house. We've got I've done the extras, you know. We've got my distributions. We've got the Inca system containers. We've got like the CacheOS container. I tried to do like a custom SteamOS container, but that only worked with the gamepad UI because of the stupid kernel that they put with it, but it makes no sense. Why do we need a specific kernel just to load an application? That makes no sense when CacheOS has its own custom kernel specifically to run on gamers' hardware anyway. But we've got all these different things that I do supply, so I've got like application tutorials on how to make certain applications and they're all basic templates really. The Rust one was like a 2-buttoned application. The QML was like a GPU drivers application that I don't really understand too much of anyway because I'm not really too good at setting up GPU drivers. And they mainly just work out the box anyway. And CacheOS has its own CacheOS gaming meta package that installs everything needed, such as wine and whatever. But yeah, we've got our bash script template, which is my old system tool. Loads and loads of scripts in there that you can learn from, and then there's a GPU app image that I built as well. So then we'll go back to here. We got my Apex ISO create a script. So this is like pretty much what I wanted to show. So the current build directory, because you could actually set the build directory. It makes no sense. I've now put it in the .config, which is in your user directory, the .config/cmy folder. Then we've got the ISO name, which hasn't been set. So I might put that as a function in the setup script to set a ISO name. That might be something new I do next. We've got the copy and generate VM liners, which is what I've just done. So that was obviously a function I had before. I could just make the UI a little bit better as well to separate things like it is in this one here. Just a little bit, I guess. So the whole aim is to take some of the features that I did have and implement them back, if not make them better at the same time. As well as make them better at the same time. But that was the script version of my app image that I provide, and I've also got a GUI version, and it's basically broken. So Apex this, Apex that, Apex. I'm living in the Apex, top of the mountains. So we got the Apex Arch ISO Create a GUI application. Now this has got some functionality to it. We got a bootable USB creator. So once you've created a USB, you can burn it to it. Once you've created your ISO, you can burn it to a USB. You can even test it in a VM. We can also so you can burn the USB to the ISO to a USB. We can test it in a VM with its own script. Obviously, you can make an ISO. You can clone the system. There were all these different things that I was able to squeeze in an app image, and the functionality is just endless. But the bugs are endless as well. So the functionality is good, but the bugs, it's like the bugs were a feature. So that's why I've never done any updates to this, because I was done with it. Seriously, it was one of them projects I'd done for fun. I was up night and day messing about with it, and then in the end, I had enough. I had enough of it. So that is pretty much it, really. I've got to show today. I just wanted to show a few things that I obviously do in my spare time, my updates, you know, my ISO creator, and talk about, you know, coding and whatnot. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, whatever time it is when you watch this video. And it's a bye from me, Aaron, or Claude Mods, which is my online name.